Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley showcase. I am home from Columbus, Ohio. Very happy to come home to some spring weather. We have not had it. This exact area where I am sitting was covered by almost 3 feet of snow when I left for Columbus, and now it is actually starting to bud and do all the spring-like things. It just happened all of a sudden. More than happy to be outside filming, and that is what I am doing. You see some cars in the background. They're supporting what is going to be a convention model showcase. I have all of the convention cars, brought them home. I want to get them open, so I thought I'm going to forego Matchbox Monday today and get these models opened up so I can get them in my displays. It's relevant too because the RLC party car, in quotes, it's not really a party car anymore, the RLC pink car, which was made for the convention, goes on sale tomorrow, Tuesday, April, what is that, the 12th, on Mattel Creations, and I know there's going to be a lot of demand for that one, so we're going to open that one up. So this is part of that showcase. It's, in a sense, a preview for that. So we got a lot to get to. I want to open all these up, and we are going to get started. 5 models that were released. You have 2 convention models that's these here, that all attendees can who have a ticket can buy, I think up to 3 each. Then there was the dinner model, which was the model to celebrate Jimmy Lou, our friend Jimmy Lou. There he says right there, celebrating Jimmy Lou. This was his design. We'll talk about that when we feature that model. And then there was the finale model in the same card art as the convention models. And this is actually considered the 3rd convention model, 3 of 3. This is the finale model given to each attendee when they attended the finale on Saturday night. That's where I streamed from there, the Mattel presentation. And then there's the RLC model that Mattel provides. Now you might say, Mattel provides, don't they provide all of these? They don't. As a matter of fact, and this is something that I've harped on a little bit, these models are actually, they're done by Mattel, but funded by Collectors Unlimited, the group that's Mark and Jennifer, the group that actually puts on the Hot Wheels convention. This is a separate event from Mattel. Mattel supports it by doing exclusives for the event. But in all actuality, these are commissioned by Mark and Jennifer for the convention. That's these 2 models. That's the finale model and the, what do I have? We're looking here, and the dinner model. So they'll do this honor for Jimmy, but they'll fund this model, and Mattel will design them and create them. But this is all Mark and Jennifer's funding. This is one of the reasons why, and I'll say this, that I get pretty worked up when I see people leaking this stuff or selling stolen items, because it's one thing, you know, we can talk about what Mattel does and how they get leaked, and Mattel has to work on that on their end. But anybody who gets their hands on these or has a source to steal them out of the distribution center or wherever, or even leaks these, if there's images out there, you're doing a disservice to Mark and Jennifer, the people that put their own money into these events. And it really, really ticks me off when I see people that are either selling these. And I promise you guys, if you saw these models, and I know for a fact that this was being sold ahead of time, and this was being sold ahead of time. Now, this was a Mattel model, but any of these prior to the convention, no one authorized it. So you bought, if you had the pink Skyline before this last week, you had stolen property from Mattel and Mark and Jennifer. And it's not cool. It just isn't cool. And I know people will say, well, Mattel needs to do better. They do. They absolutely do. But that does not mean that us collectors should be buying or showing this stuff ahead of time. There's no, just because it gets out there does not mean we should support it in any way. So showing these items before the convention, they'll show these, Mark and Jennifer will, the 2 convention models, but this model and this model were supposed to be, and for that matter, this model, were all supposed to be surprises at the event, and that didn't happen because they were leaked. And it's really unfortunate. It's really not cool for people to do that, okay? I'll stop now, but let's get to it. We'll start with number 1. Shown enough of these, and we'll get this opened up. This is the 1962 Ford F100. This has been released twice before. There's the number produced. The 2 convention models were 6200. This is 5378. There's some of the information. You can get an idea of the design. They talk about the background of the design. There is the art for Columbus, Ohio. The two models produced before. This is the 1962 Ford F100. Started in this what was it? Creamsicle deco in orange and white to start, with the big wide white wall tires, which I thought was a beautiful. This was done obviously for RLC, and these models, they'll draw from mostly premium castings. Obviously these models, these event models, are ultra premium, right? They won't do Spectraflame per se, but they'll do the other, you know, they can draw from anything they want to. So there's the first version in creamsicle, and then there was the second version in the genuine Ford parts. I think my favorite has always been this blue one since it was released. This was not released 6-8 months ago, something like that. Really cool model. So now we have the third done in this decal. Let's go ahead and open it up. I'm so excited. I get these models and I don't want to open them before I get home, because it's just hard to carry them home. So now I get to do it, and I'm very excited. Here it is. I'm going to show you the top before I put it on the turntable. There's the engine right there. This one obviously has the opening hood, but check out the pinstriping and the graphics there on top. It's awesome. They used to put the logos on these, but now they just put the details of the event, which I like better because it shows you what the model is, but it doesn't take away. Red steering wheel, white interior. I mean, just a really cool model. Man, I might like, now that I have this open and I'm seeing all the details up top, this might be my favorite versus the blue Ford. I really like the shop truck elements of the Ford version, but this one is really cool and definitely goes in my convention display. We're going to park it right there. Number 2 is the 1985 Chevrolet Camaro IROC-Z. Show you the back, 6200 as well. This is 3476. There's all of that detail that you want. Brendan Vituski did design this one. What's cool about this one, and I'm only going to show the premium or the RLC version, is this casting started as a basic. Brendan Vituski designed it. It's been a good 10 years at least, if not longer, that this was released. It's very Hot Wheels-ish out, right, with the big wheels in the back, small wheels in the front. I don't think we've ever seen it in like premium. Oops, get some wind. I don't think we've ever seen it in premium like garage or car culture, but we obviously got this RLC version. And this one's started to, I think, gain in a lot of value in the Spectraflame Red. And it's done in that stock IROC deco, the chrome 5-spoke wheels, which I think is really cool. And I don't know if we'd ever see an RLC again, but now that we get the convention model, I just think that is super cool. So it's nice to have a companion model for the RLC. So let's go ahead and open this one up. You know, I like the variety. I obviously prefer realistic castings, or like, you know, these kind of premium cars versus like nostalgic, unlicensed Hot Wheels castings, which we've seen in these before, and a lot of people like those. A lot of the attendees from this convention like them. But I am happy to have this Hot Wheelized, if that's a term, -ized version of this Camaro, you know, mixed in with what, you know, the other models we got here are so cool. And I actually have become a really big fan of this model. Obviously, I think if it was redone and had the same size wheels on all sides, I think that would be cool. But I still have kind of a little bit of a fondness for this casting, and considering we have the RLC version, I'm really happy to have this version alongside it. It's got a little extra detail on it outside of just the IROC detailing, but I think that one looks awesome. Really, like another one. I don't put all of the convention models in my displays. I only put the ones that I really like, and this particular group of models, 5 for 5. I'll just say that right now. Okay, number 3. We'll go in order of the time they're released. So the convention models were out when the convention started. This was Thursday night, celebrating Jimmy Lou. It is the Nissan Silvia S15. I did not bring any out because this is the first time it's gone ultra premium. We've seen it. It's a premium casting. We saw it in entertainment. We've seen it all over car culture. Maybe I'll do a picture of all of these together because this one fits really nicely with the others. And you might say, what is with this S15 in camo? Well, Jimmy explained it. So what happens is they usually take a Hot Wheels designer or someone from affiliated with Hot Wheels and honor them, give them a dinner in their honor at the convention. This was the first marketing person to get this kind of celebration. And I think it's awesome because Jimmy has been integral in the development of car culture and all these premium lines. He is a notorious Skyline fan. That's one of the reasons we've seen so many JDM and Skyline models. But he's also really developed these lines, and they've become so popular. And I know there's so many fans of car culture, including me. And it was neat to see Jimmy get honored. It was really, he gave a great speech about his background. But the person who is being honored at the dinner gets to choose the model they want and the deco they want. And he was like, and Jimmy loves the S15, and he loves camo. And he's really big into like military models and camo. And so he wanted to combine the two, because he's like, when would I ever be able to get a camouflage model in car culture, and even a camo on camo model on card? Obviously, there would be no way that Mattel would ever put this on the pegs, because no one could see it, right? So this was Jimmy's opportunity to do something outlandish that he wanted to do. Now, I'm not opening this one, because this is the one, all the ones that were given to attendees get the sticker. This one was given to the, if you attended the dinner, bought the ticket, you get this one with the sticker, which is different than the extras that come without the sticker. Now, I was able to get my hands on a broken blister. Someone got it, and then the blister broke. And I was like, well, I'm going to open it, and I'll take that. So I did. So I'm going to go ahead and open that one. This one goes back because it's so, because it's special with the sticker. This one goes back in its protector. And I'll even tell you what came with it too. For those attending, they got a patch celebrating Jimmy Lou with the car on it. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the blister as well. Put that off to the side, and that will go into my special collection. It also came with a Lean Customs pin in the same card art with a blister and the pin of this car. I don't have it. I did, and I was with someone today who I happened to have it still in my jacket pocket from Columbus, and he's like, that's super cool, and I gave it to him and didn't realize that I didn't have another one. I have one coming with a couple of cars that I bought extra that I'm having shipped to me, but I don't have it with me because I gave it away, so maybe I'll put a picture up of it. All right, let's go ahead and open up the car. Enough talking with this broken blister. Almost broken car. Here it is. And I have to say, when Jimmy can do what he wants, well, actually, I'll show you the top. So it has this kind of ghost deco with Jimmy Lou deco on the hood, and then everything else is wrapped in camo. And how cool is this? Some people, I can understand why there was some confusion. A camouflage S15. I mean, I even looked it up. Like, was there a drift car, something that ran this with this deco? Nope. It just is something. The tiger striping camo is something that Jimmy loves, and he wanted to put it on here, and that is absolutely the reason. And it's cool if you're the guest of honor, you can do whatever you want. And I actually think this is pretty awesome. And I will do a picture. Maybe I should have brought out all the S15s, because I'll put all these together, because it fits nicely with the variety of drift cars and like kind of clean versions of the S15 that we've seen. I'm going to put all of those together. All right, moving on. I did say we're going to go in order, but this was actually released at the same time as the first two, so let's get to that. This is the club exclusive Nissan Skyline GTR made by Mattel for the event. They hold over some to sell on Mattel Creations, which will happen tomorrow. This is obviously in high demand. I think the R34 is the hottest casting in Hot Wheels right now. And to do a premium version in pink cars are always super popular with the Hot Wheels crowd. This just hits pretty much every note. The fact too, a lot of these get Neil wheels on them. That's fine for the model that it is, but this one gets real riders on it, so it looks even better. I had to bring out the Skylines here. There's been 4 premium. In fact, the first one was a convention model in yellow. We had this one. This was, what year was this one? It says on the 2019 in yellow at the LA convention. This was a convention model. Really clean. You notice that this one doesn't have Spectraflame. A lot of the convention models don't. This one in super clean, just with some writing on the spoiler. And this was actually the first release. It ended up timing-wise being the first release. It wasn't supposed to be, but it ended up being the first release. First RLC release, which was supposed to be, was Brendan Vituski's take on Phil Reelman's R34 when he did the opening hood and the brake calipers and everything else. And it was released in this beautiful Spectraflame blue with the 6-spoke wheels. I mean, I've done so many on the R34 that this is just review, right? Because we've done it. This is my favorite, continues to be my favorite. is the Spectre Flame Purple with the chrome 6-spoke reel riders. This one, it was the membership model, I think in 2020, if I'm remembering correctly. Just a stunner of a model. And still my favorite, will remain my favorite even with the pink coming out. And then just recently we had the Nismo version, which looks cool. I understand some people didn't like the Hot Wheels, the Ghost Hot Wheels logo on it. I would have preferred it without, of course, but still kind of a cool car. And, you know, kind of a Spectre Flame Nismo. I'd love to see them revisit this and do one without the Hot Wheels logo, with maybe the R33 or something like that. That would be cool. But who knows? R32 too. But a really cool family of premium. And then what are you going to do? You're going to add a Pink Skyline to this. I mean, crazy. There's that if you want to read it. Good luck tomorrow, by the way, while I open this one up. Convention goers were able to, with each ticket, buy one. So this is produced in pretty small numbers. I have no idea because the card isn't numbered. I have no idea what the numbers are. I would say it's probably less than 10,000. I'm considering RLCs are released in 30. I could be wrong on that. I'm just guessing. But based on other RLC runs, we know that the Datsun was numbered at 6. Could be a little bit more than that. But this will go very, very fast tomorrow. That's for sure. Beautiful in the Spectre Flame Pink. White hood, white trim, white rims. Okay, you know what? I liked it on the card. I love it out. Still can't beat the purple, but it comes close in terms of just unique design. What a cool model. It's just so... Look at the white interior, too. It's just so unique. And pretty. It's a winner. Of course it's a winner, but it's a winner. Try and open the hood on this. There. Yeah, the hood opens. Look at that. Oh. Pink engine. I wonder why they didn't package this with the engine open, because look at that. I had no idea. Skyline GT. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. All right, this model is just fantastic. There's nothing about it that we can complain about. It's just super cool. Okay, I'm a big fan of that one. Let's finish off. I'm already almost, we're going to be at 20 minutes showcasing 5 cars. Porsche 930, number 3 of 3. It is the finale model, 1 per ticket. So this one is done in fewer numbers. 4,200, that's it. Gets the Porsche sticker on that. That's kind of cool too. So this one is 2,000 less than the Camaro and the truck. So and this one is obviously going to be in high demand too, because it is a Porsche. It is in lower numbers, and it is just clean and cool. Let's talk about this. This casting is actually this one. I think a lot of people were wondering if it was this one. It's not. This is the 964. That was, I brought these out because this is kind of the RLC legacy of the Porsches so far. We're going to see more, but this was Magnus Walker's Porsche. The 964 has the rear opening piece on it. So it's more premium than, more RLC level premium than this casting. But, this one was done really clean for Magnus. They actually announced a third, this casting is going to be released again in another Magnus color, more of like a mint green, I believe. The first one was in Spectre Flame Gray, and then I believe that they wanted to do one in plain to do an actual replica of his car. So this was released in Spectre Flame Gray and an acrylic case. Same casting with all those details and those Fuchs wheels. And then, the regular gray, which I already showed you. And then I just brought for good measure the amazing RWB RLC Porsche. I think there's been, wasn't the 917 in Gulf colors and stuff, but in terms of these dark black, really cool looking Porsches, I had to bring the 3 out. But this is the casting. It's if you look at it, the Cyberpunk Porsche from Entertainment last year, it had its unique design, and it's a really, really cool release. But if you kind of pull back on the deco and just look at the silhouette of this car, you can see it's that classic Porsche turbo, that silhouette with the big wing in the back. And, this is the one that has like the black trim on the sides, and we're actually going to get a version of this casting in Boulevard, I believe, in yellow with that standard side trim that this particular Porsche had. So looks one thing in Cyberpunk. Now it has a whole new look. Actually, I'm going to put the Skyline here. And the first clean version in this Porsche 930. Show you the back. There's that information right there. Dima designed this one. Dima was in basic. He's now moved over to premium. And let's just get this thing open. I cannot wait. This has been high on my list of excited to open. So let's get right to it. Move these around. And here it is. Before I put it on the turntable, I want to show you something. There was some confusion when this was being handed out at the convention. Some people found it with the wheels. Let's see if I can do this. Well, maybe I can't. They found the rims flush on this. And if what's happened, where it looked like the rims were, they were like, there's this deep dish rim and then there's a flush rim. Let me see if I can do it. There. Yeah, notice, see? It looks like a flush rim. And looks like it's like sitting underneath the wheel well there. Well, there's a reason for that, and they explained it because some people thought they had an error or a variation. Now I got to adjust this back. They make it like this so they can actually put deco on the wheel that way, and then they can pull the tire out and create a, because they can't decorate it. There we go. They can't decorate it. They can't paint it inside like that when it's that deep. So this one gets that really cool two-tone look. Oop, there goes the card. With the, it gets the two-tone look with the gold rim and then the chrome lip. And they can only do that by adjusting the tires. So that's really, really cool. All right, so let's take a look at the model. Jet black. Porsche on the side, Hot Wheels logo on the side, details on the back. Look how they've put all the details of the convention in just tiny, tiny letters on the very, very back bumper. So it really is kind of hidden away. It's nice to have those details so you know what the model is from. But how cool is this with the gold rims? I love black with I don't know if these are gold. I would call them more copper. But this is just something really, really special. The wheels are perfect. I think the best execution of these rims. I mean, look at it. I can pull it out here. I mean, look at it compared. Like, they look nice on the Magnus Porsche, but look how much better they look on the convention Porsche. Just amazing. Just amazing. There you go. We'll put this right here. Kind of got a weird angle. We'll just, maybe we'll go front angle here on all 5 of these. This is an insanely good. I think this is the best mix of convention models we have ever seen. That's my opinion, right? We all have our preferences. But you get a classic American truck, classic American car, an incredibly cool JDM, another cool JDM, and a beautiful European Porsche. I think that is about as good as it gets. We'll see what other conventions bring. One of these days, if you haven't come, you definitely need to come. This was a fun event, and what great models. Thanks, everybody. Bye.